Here we go. We're off and running. It's Saturday in the Daily Antidote of Song. Welcome, everybody. Glad you're here to celebrate Saturday with us. Today is day 951 in the Daily Antidote of Song. Thank you so much, Carolyn, for showing us a sign. You've shown us the sign. And I want to thank everybody for being here. Thanks to everybody out there on Facebook Live who's joined us today.
Welcome.
Whoops. Okay, here goes the Facebook Live talking behind me. So
Thanks
hang on one second. All right, now we got it. All right. There was two of me, which is too many. All right. I'm so glad you guys are all here today. Thank you so much. Welcome to everybody out there on Facebook Live. And today's edition of the Daily Antidote of Song is brought to you by Carpe Diem Arts. I'm Jo Rossi with Carpe Diem, and I'm happy to be here today hosting and teching you, so we all know what that means. Hang on to your hats, and let's see how that goes. Thank you, Carolyn and Christiana, for showing us that today is day 951 here in the Daily Antidote of Song. Welcome, everybody out there on Facebook Live. Great to see you. Hello to Anais, Azul. Nice to have you with us today. Anais is song leading with us. We haven't seen her in a while, and we're super glad to have her. And let's say hi to everybody in the room. You guys all help me out, please. Mabel, Bob, and the Bears coming in from Massachusetts. Glad to see you. Hello to Kevin in DC. Nice to have you in the Golden Flute today. Hello to Dally coming in from Maryland. Arlene in California. Nice to see you today. Deborah in Kentucky. Hello. She's in her car, so she could be in Kentucky or she could be in France for all we know. Hello to Jenny in Suffolk, UK. Nice to have you with us today. Bronwyn in Victoria. Nice to see you today. Thanks for being here. Let's say hi to Kathy. Nice to have you with us today, Kathy. Jim Harkless coming in from Maryland. Hi, Jim. I'm so glad you're here. Susan in Ohio. Nice to see you today with your sticky note wall behind you. Hello to Annette coming in from California. Nice to see you today, Annette. And Anne in chilly Nashville. Hands up for places where it's chilly today. I have to say it is so warm here. I'm in New Jersey, and it is so warm. It's really exceedingly beautiful. So Bonnie in Boise, Idaho. Nice to see you today. And Carolyn, also cold in Boise, Idaho. Nice to see you. You guys are next to each other. Luda and Mark in Victoria. Thank you so much. I'm going to guess it's cold where you are. Yeah, sorry. All right. Caroline in DC, nice to have you with us today. And Storm in Massachusetts, nice to see you today. Kathleen in Albuquerque, New Mexico, glad you're here. Ruth in Birmingham, UK, nice to see your smile. Hello, Christiana. Thank you for bringing us a great sign today, as usual. And hello to Susan in Seattle and Pauline in Newcastle, potentially with William right over there in the corner. Singing or sleeping or something. Fred, nice to see you coming in from Maryland. And Cricket, nice to see you coming in from Maryland. Trish and Victoria, glad you're here today. And let's see who else is here. I'm on screen too, looking for folks off camera. It's Curly Tops in Vermont, actually just got on camera. Hi, Willard. And let's see, we have Louise, nice to see you today. There's Aloysius just coming in Massachusetts. Hello, Carpe Diem Arts. Hello to Kathleen Cox in Vermont. Lynn in Connecticut. Hello. Ralph and Penny in Victoria. Hello. Carol in Connecticut. Great to see you, or at least to know you're here. Nancy, Irish Cow in Washington State without the Irish Cow. Hello, KNZ, and to Kachina and Bob in Albany, New York, who are just arriving. Let's all take a deep breath. It's a beautiful Saturday, and I'm super excited to have Anais back with us today. Anais has been with us a few times before, and she's bringing us a song in which we're celebrating the Day of the Dead, which we've done a few times. We've had a couple of different songs pointing towards the Day of the Dead in here, and as lots of you know, we even got to go to a Day of the Dead, some of us got to go to a Day of the Dead celebration in DC with our very own Juan Diaz. So I'm super excited to continue the sort of one of the celebrations of November by continuing to talk and sing about Day of the Dead. Anais, welcome. So glad you're here.
Thank you so much, Jo. I'm so happy to be here and see you all virtually. Yeah.
Yay. Can you remind me where you're coming in from? Because I couldn't remember.
Right now, I'm in Santa Clarita, California. Yes.
Very nice.
That's
slightly earlier in the morning over there for you than
a little bit. Yeah. But it's good. It's a great way to start the day.
Yay. All right. Well, do you want to tell us about your song and maybe teach us the chorus?
Yeah, absolutely. So this song is in Spanish, and it's called En mi cantar, which means in my song. And I originally wrote it as a long distance love song, and I realized as I was looking to perform something for Dia de los Muertos last week, I performed some shows in the Bay Area. I realized that it worked super well as a way to send love to your ancestors that are, or your loved ones who have passed on that might be in another realm. The love is in my song, right? So and part of the chorus says, and it will fly, it will fly, it will fly, right? So wherever your loved one is, through singing, the love will fly to your beloved is kind of the message here. So I think it works really well to talk about love that is far away, either physical distance or even just in another realm. So that's where this song comes in. And so this instrument, I also want to briefly mention, I've been taking on this new instrument. I don't know if any of y'all recognize it. It's called a charango, which is an instrument from the Andes, and it has 10 strings. And traditionally, this instrument was built with an armadillo shell in the back. In the Andes, there are not as many trees, so it was a scarce resource. However, now we're trying to reduce animal intervention to these things, so this one does not have an armadillo shell. But this instrument is one of these fascinating results of colonialism, where a Spanish kind of guitar string instrument was reinterpreted and recreated by indigenous people in the Andes in South America into this beautiful instrument called the charango. So, yes, there we go. Yes, Wikipedia article. Yeah, charango is beautiful. It sounds so beautiful. So anyway, the chorus of the song, I will be playing this. It's all in Spanish, but I really believe in y'all. So the chorus, it says, I'm going to put the lyrics in. Oh yeah, there's the lyrics. So y el amar está en mi cantar. So that's the chorus, which is, and the love is in my song, right? So it's y el amar está en mi cantar. Y el amar está en mi cantar. Here, let me do it with this, like this. Y el amar está en mi cantar. Yeah, it's a little better there. Let's try it again. Y el amar está en mi cantar. Okay. How does that feel? Yeah? Does it feel okay? We're going to get a shot to do it again. Y el amar, do 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 do. You can always just do that, right? And at the end, it says, y volará, 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 and it will fly, it will fly, it will fly, right? So that's the last part. So let's just go over that part really quick at the end. You'll know when it's happening. You have the lyrics to follow along in the chat. So it's, y volará, volará, volará. We're going to do it several times. Y volará, volará, volará. We'll do it one more time just to practice. Y volará, volará, volará. Okay, great. So now we'll do it. We'll do the song. So, suavecito, date cariñito, tu existencia en este mundo es chiquita y es mayor razón para que puedas abrazarte. Y es mayor razón para escucharte respirar. Here comes the chorus. Y el amar está en mi cantar. Y el amar está en mi cantar. mí, cambio junto a ti. Lejos de aquí, you help me feel free. Un amor de crecer, de cambiar de parecer, de aprender como querer. And compassion flies through air. Y volará, volará, volará hasta llegar a ti. Las fronteras son irrelevantes cuando quiero hablarte en este instante. En este instante. Here we go. Y el amar está en mi cantar. 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 Here comes the volará part. Y volará, volará, volará. Volará, volará, volará. Two more times. Y volará, volará, volará. Y volará, volará, volará. Hey, beautiful. Aw. And shout out to the stuffed toy animal there. I don't know if it's an otter or a bear.
It's a bear. It's a bear.
Beautiful.
It's two bears.
Very
They're there.
cute.
Yeah.
Very cute indeed.
Two bears, and oftentimes there's a monkey, and oftentimes we have a sheep, and I see Anne has already gone off to get her sheep, and there's the manatee. You just have to say the magic word stuffy, and like everybody, do you have a llama for us? Because
I have a corn.
a corn. Well, yeah, everybody has a corn.
Not to be corny.
Yeah. Everybody has a stuffed corn. That's like so old hat. Like, no, okay, that's really funny. Oh, Jenny just pulled up a dog. Carolyn's got another. Is that a sheep or a lion? I can't tell. That's amazing. All right, you guys are amazing and incredible, and I love it. Anais, thank you. That was so, so beautiful. And I loved what you said about it being about like, ancestors or people that you're separated from in any way, not just the idea of being separated in time and dimension, but also just in distance, and ability to be connecting on a day-to-day level. And so you want to talk about that a little bit from the perspective of somebody who has come from another culture, and so you're separated from your ancestry, you're separated from a lot of your family, I would assume, and yeah, can we chat about that?
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, like I said, originally I wrote this song kind of when I was in this long distance relationship actually with someone in Peru. And so it was some of the music and the writing is in Spanish for this reason of like trying to communicate with this person in the language that we communicate in, right? And yeah, I mean, to feel that distance and that closeness, it's like I think it's an omnipresent feeling for me, just feeling the distance and the closeness. But when I played this during Dia de los Muertos, I did dedicate it to my grandparents. All four of my grandparents have passed on, and I got lucky with my paternal grandparents. I got to spend some more time with them, but my maternal grandparents I barely got to know. So it's like it's real desire of wanting to communicate and of really believing in the thinning of the veil, right? In this, it's like there's a line here that says that borders are irrelevant when I want to talk to you right now, right? And that could be, I had written it like, oh yeah, I could just write you a text message, or I could send you something like that. But then I thought about it of, right, when the veil is thin and you feel like such a desire of communicating. I don't know if anybody else has felt this way before, but I have I have gotten the chance to feel my grandparents' presence. And that is such a beautiful thing. Like, borders are irrelevant. Time and space is irrelevant when you have that huge desire to be in touch. And especially in this time in November when, it is said that the veil is thinner and talking to the dead is something that is more easily facilitated by the universe in that time. So I want to put the translation. This link has the translation line by line. I did this specifically this way. And this song, a very different version of this song, exists in the internet on Spotify or Apple Music or everywhere. On my website, you can find whatever link you prefer. And I just put out about a month ago, I just put out a new mini album, an EP of 5 songs, all original songs of mine, and it includes this one. And some other song I may have sang here before, something radical on my looper pedal and stuff. So, anyway, just want to share that with y'all. It's around. It's called Vulnerable, and it's about that, being vulnerable with your heart, with your emotions, with your story, and holding space for that tenderness that we often feel.
I think you did do that one in here, right? Didn't you bring that?
Yeah, something radical. I'm pretty sure I did that one on the
Yep,
loop
yep,
pedal. Yeah.
yep. But maybe we need to bring it again because I don't remember it enough. So there we go.
Oh, you can
So
listen to it.
yeah, well, we can listen to it and maybe we can sing it again in here with you at some point because the looper pedal is always super fun. On that song just now when you were singing, I was absolutely having fun playing around with harmonies and blending voices and
Yay.
another way of sort of working through the dimensions. So can we take a moment since you brought it up to everybody for one moment, just breathe in your grandparents and let's send today's song out to our grandparents. We all had them in some form or another, and it's nice to remember them, nice to think about them, nice to celebrate them, whether they're here or not here. And yeah. And
Hmm.
then I would also say on the subject of the dimensions that I remember at points thinking, oh, I was only 35 when my grandmother died. And so now I'm 55. And there's all these things I'd like to ask her now that I didn't know I wanted to ask her then. And I
Hmm.
used to say that, only something about turning 55 is I feel like instead I am asking her and she is answering. I can, in fact, kind of feel what she would have thought or who she was at 55. So it's there, talking to her through a dimension or hearing someone's voice or feeling someone's presence. It's there. And so we can all celebrate the presence or the questions answered in whatever way we find them answered.
Oh,
And yeah,
yes.
do you find that?
I love that. You know, I find that not only with people that have passed. I think there's some people, but like I said, I don't really know. I never really knew my maternal grandparents, so I don't really know what they would say, right? Anything I'm projecting is from things that my mom has told me about them. But sometimes even if it's just like not being able to be in touch with someone and just thinking what would they do, right? And that's I think a very reasonable and beautiful way to cope with their not being there in whatever capacity that may be. Yeah.
Yep, I think that's right. And then sometimes, the way that when we're in a relationship, we sort of reflect each other. And, in some ways, whether it's you talking to yourself or them talking to you, it does the same trick, right? Like we,
Yeah.
we do, in fact, have these languages that we speak between ourselves and other people that is oftentimes a reflection of who we are and who they are. So, well, that is such a beautiful song. I really can't wait to sing it again. Do you want to say anything else about what you're up to before we sing?
Well, for the Bay Area folks, I think I saw someone in Berkeley. I do have a show in December, early December. I believe it's December 3rd in the Map in San Francisco. That's going to be free. It's a free show in San Francisco. I believe it is on my website too, hopefully. If not, it'll be there after this. So So yeah, that's yeah, it's happening. It is on my website. That's like a live performance upcoming. But yeah, I would love to return, and I have the end of the year song that y'all inspired me to write, which I can't believe it. You know, next month I'd be happy to share it again. So
Yeah, let's do it. I love it. That's a great idea. I just popped your website in the chat here, and for folks out on Facebook, it's also in the comment section there. And please do check out Anais, sing along with her, go see her if you can in California. I'm envious. And Anais, I would love to sing it again if you are up for it.
yeah, let's go for it. Let Diana review the chorus really quick, or are we good? I don't know. I'm not getting.
What do you think, guys? Give it. Okay.
I saw a couple thumbs up.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Let's do it. I believe in y'all. You'll catch on. It repeats a little bit. It just repeats a tiny bit. Okay. Suavecito, date cariñito. Tu existencia en este mundo es chiquita y es mayor razón para que puedas abrazarte. Y es mayor razón para escucharte respirar. Y el amar está en mi cantar. Y el amar está en mi cantar. Y el amar está en mi cantar. Cambio para mí, cambio junto a ti. Lejos de aquí, you help me feel free. Un amor de crecer, de cambiar, de parecer, de aprender como querer. And compassion flies through air. Y volará, volará, volará hasta llegar a ti. Las fronteras son irrelevantes cuando quiero hablarte en este instante. En este instante. Y el amar está en mi cantar. 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 One more time. Y el amar está en mi cantar. And it will fly. And love will fly. Y volará, volará, volará. All the way to wherever my grandparents are. Y volará, volará, volará. One more time, two more times. One time for your grandparents. Y volará, volará, volará. And for any friends or loved ones that have passed on too. Y volará, volará, volará.
Thank you so much, Anais.
Clapping corn. The corn's been clapped.
Clapping corn. That's a very useful thing, clapping corn. I'm so glad that you just did that. I feel like the Day of the Dead celebration is such a really neat way to take that moment to think about all of the people in your life who may not be here anymore. But there's also something so beautiful about the way that the Day of the Dead sort of brings out a different way of thinking about death, or the whole notion of a celebration or of dancing, and just dancing with death, dancing around death, dancing through death, whatever. All of it just is such a great way. There's so many ways to look at living and dying, and
Yeah.
I really appreciated learning more about Day of the Dead this year.
Yeah, I love it too. I'm an immigrant from Peru, and I in Peru we don't really celebrate Dia de los Muertos in the same way as they do in Mexico, but having grown up in California since I was 4 years old in the Mission District, where they have this beautiful rich tradition of celebrating Day of the Dead, and everybody regardless of where you're from, you celebrate that, and I grew up with that tradition, and it's one of my favorite times of years personally. So as a diasporan, a Peruvian diaspora person, it feels like it's a welcoming festivity for everyone to have this opportunity to connect in such a joyful way.
That's so great. Thank you so much. Let's all show Anais how glad we are that she took time to sing with us today, because it was really very moving, and I'm so excited. What a great way to go out into my Saturday. I want to thank everybody in the room on Facebook Live. Well, I guess they're not in the room and on Facebook Live. Everybody's sort of in the room on Facebook Live. Thank you so much for being there. We don't see you necessarily, but we know you're there, and it's really beautiful. I get to hear a lot of times from folks out there on Facebook who either pop in here or who let us know that they watch out there, and it's really lovely. We're glad you join us. Thanks, Facebook. Nice to see you.